And if you think of an old bell curve that we've all been introduced to in business and in our
Hmm.
personal life, and that bell curve asserts that basically there's a flat line on left and right side, and you got the curve in the middle. Well, most people want to live on the flat line. So the flat line before the bell curve represents norm, SOPs, routines. People like to really kind of come to work, and for the most part, they want to know that, hey, today's going to be somewhat like yesterday. Well, there's a lot of business that could be truisms, but not all places of business are ever going to be a flat line again. But the reality is, most people want consistency. They want to know what they can count on. So what happens when right when that bell curve starts to go up, that's where change happens. Usually it's a crisis, a conflict, it's trauma, it's some sort of implosion, it's some sort of a catastrophic issue, or major personality leaves a company, or a major customer leaves, or I mean, what it could be a host of things. Well,
Hmm.
we all know in that bell curve that when that curve hits, again, the old grief cycle is where that bell curve is coming from, that most of us are most comfortable in understanding. And the grief cycle says when you first experience that trauma, what you go through is a period of denial, then you have anger, and you have frustration, you have blame, and all of that time it takes you to get to the top where acceptance is wasted time. So I'm not suggesting we don't go through, but if you can find a way to accelerate through it, get to the reality of your new reality, then you
Hmm.
can move forward and become more successful. So right where that bell curve starts, I call that a dip. Disruption, interruption, point. Here's another massive answer to your question, Bruce. So if I want to engage my management team, my leadership team, my advisors, my board, my consultants, my outside vendors, suppliers, everyone has to understand where the dips are. So dips can be seasonality interruptions. A lot of times business will have certain months of the year that business flatlines or goes down. So now imagine if we know December and January is a slow month,